Niger State. It will go a long way to encouraging other states to show commitment to your program of the federal government and our party as well. Along this line, there have been cooperation and discussions among subnationals, and PKU is going on. The Niger State, Benue State, Nasarawa State, Kogi State, including Kwara State, have signed memorandum of understanding with Lagos State government on the issue of food security and logistics.
Mr. President commissioned the largest tomato factory in sub-Saharan Africa in Gatki, Kebbi State, and also laid the foundation stone of the expansion to have that tomato factory produce 1,200 metric tons of tomato per day. Your Excellency, intentionally, leadership is provided to change the narrative. This is further buffered by the strong advocacy for engagements and collaboration between and amongst all levels of government, which evidently we all witnessing today, seeing that His Excellency, the former governor, the executive governor of Niger State, has not only keyed in, just like many of his colleagues governors, but subscribing to Mr. President's exemplifying champion spirit for sustainable agricultural development. It is for this reason that we at the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security have, in consonance with Mr. President's directives to all MDAs and cabinet members, to collaborate with each other and more consistently canvass partnership and alliances with state governments. I am exceedingly filled with joy because this occasion further underscores Mr. President's deepest desire to leave behind an enduring legacy of a Nigeria where no citizen goes to bed on an empty stomach. For me, the institution of this project signals the restoration of hope to our teeming farming populations that indeed their welfare remains a key objective of the Tinubu-led administration.
We have been competing all this while. I'll let you know that Benue is the #1 producer of yams in the world. And he tells me it's Niger. I'm not giving in at this point, but thank you for setting this place. It is a testament that it is not just about subsistence farming, but farming as a full-time business which can take care not only of Niger or the North Central, but of the entire nation and even West Africa.
On behalf of all the 8 emirates in Niger State, where Pila, Kutuba,
we made our time here today to come and see what your sub-nationals are doing. And so I want to thank you very much for making our time to be here today. But the real congratulation is to my brother, our former governor. You cannot but like Bago in so many ways, and he has proven it. He's in a hurry to do so many things, and you can see that indeed those movements are turning into action. And so I want to congratulate you for taking this audacious step and for bringing all of us here to see what agri mechanization is all about. Mr. President, this time clearly with your agricultural initiative under your New Hope agenda, which is we need to grow what we eat, and we need to eat what we grow. Bago and other governors are beginning to set the need. But today is about Niger. Your Excellency, it's no coincidence that all the 4 governors that are here, including my humble self, and Bago making 5, have thought through how do we enhance and we can fast track, food security in our country. Bago and I, specifically, and others too are working, have signed, an agreement that Bago being the biggest state in the country, maybe the smallest state in the country, and has the largest population, we are tied together in the heap, because whatever he produces, we must feed the people in Lagos. And the middle belt happens to be the food hub of our country. So it's no coincidence that our chairman is here from Kara, our Reverend Father Belwe is here, and also our new governor of Kogi State, Ududu, is also here. We believe that we are on a conversation and ensuring that your vision at producing the required food security for this country is on track. And for us is to continue to do a peer review to ensure that we can adequately feed our citizens, produce more than enough for them. Lagos, we are building the largest food storage in the country. And I was telling all my colleagues that we can take it all. And so from Lagos and all the Southwest, we can begin to make the food security adequacy, a reality of your government. And so I want to congratulate you, Mr. President. I want to congratulate my brother, the governor of Niger. And I want to say that indeed, what Niger has begun today is a strong testament of the power of do. And all my other governors, we are committed to ensuring that we support the federal government and we give what is needed for our citizens, which is quality food on time, on budget, and adequate ones that will feed this country. Thank you very much.
The Federal Republic of Nigeria, on behalf of the people and government of Niger State, I have the honor and privilege to welcome you, the #1 citizen of Nigeria, to Niger State, the home of green economy, for the official commissioning of the just remodeled domestic terminal of the just renamed Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Airport. And the flag of the Niger State Agricultural Mechanization Revolution for Food Security emerges. Let me quickly extend a warm welcome to all other esteemed dignitaries, my colleagues, governors, former governors, ministers, and other government, community leaders, stakeholders who have joined us for this momentous occasion to receive Mr. President. Mr. President, your presence here today underscores the importance of this occasion to our great state in particular and in Nigeria as a whole. As we gather to celebrate a good example demonstrated in our modest contribution to infrastructure and our agricultural development as encapsulated in our new Niger agenda. For us, agriculture is key to our commitment to addressing the challenges in critical sectors of our economy, and we shall seize every opportunity for the attainment of the growth and engender prosperity for the people of our beloved state and by extension, our dear country, Nigeria. On road infrastructure, to address these challenges and establish efficient road infrastructure and cost-effective and secure movement of goods and services, the state government embarked on an ambitious initiative to rehabilitate and expand some federal roads that have implications for the evacuation of agricultural produce. For example, the 90-kilometer road between Kontagora and Rijau, which is a federal road the state has taken over to complete. Another 90 kilometers between Agwara and Borgu, where you are a Jagaban, we have also gone ahead to start the reconstruction. The 50 Minabeji Kakaki road, we have taken over for the dualization of that road. This is part of our contribution to Mr. President's developmental strides, thereby enhancing socio-economic activities in Niger State and the nation at large. Mr. President, upon assuming office, we made the infrastructure of the state in 4 motors: rural and urban roads, housing and water, electricity, transportation, etc. Mr. President, as we are all aware, Niger State is the largest state with over 76,300 square kilometers, accounting for about 10% of the total land size of Nigeria, and hosts the longest distance of federal roads, which is about 8% of the entire national federal road network, despite the strategic roles
the state plays in the nation's economy as a crucial transit corridor connecting north and south of Nigeria. The current state of dilapidation of this infrastructure is terrible. Aviation sector. Mr. President, in aviation sector, the Bola Ahmed Tinubu Airport was once in a state of comatose with failed runway, dilapidated terminal building, absence of fire and safety equipment, runway lighting, etc. The domestic terminal, which was abandoned for over 13 years, had been under construction since then. As a government, we couldn't fold our arms and follow the ugly picture of it creates in the minds of visitors who subsists. Hence, in recognition of the importance of this critical infrastructure, the state government took responsibility for its completion. Today, I'm proud to announce that the Benin International Airport is completed, renamed as Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Airport, which you just graciously commissioned. Mr. President, sir, furthermore, the state government has concluded plans to commence the construction of the long-abandoned Hajj terminal just behind here within the Benin International Airport. The crucial project is expected to be completed in the next 3 months, before the commencement of 2024 Hajj operations. Mr. President, we want to thank the FAN for their quality guidance and the Ministry of Aviation at every stage of our intervention and rehabilitation of this airport that is now of global standard. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all these efforts are driven by our vision to position the new BAT International Airport Minna as a viable alternative to the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport Abuja. On agriculture, let me use this opportunity to thank Mr. President for approving this airport as a special agro-processing free zone, the first of its kind in Nigeria. Thank you, Baba. In this free zone, we are sitting on 3,000 hectares of arable land. On this right flank is 1,000 hectares that is supposed to warehouse the largest greenhouses in the world. On this other side is going to be a livestock and a cargo terminal where we are going to have abattoirs for processing of meat. Niger State is the host to the largest congregation of cattle in Africa. As such, we want to use this opportunity of this free zone to make sure we make it a fruition. In tandem with the federal government infrastructure initiative, the state government has prioritized agricultural development as a catalyst for economic growth and poverty alleviation in the state. Mr. President, sir, we have no reason to be poor. To this end, we have made significant investments in agricultural machinery and technology as way to go, and as part of our efforts to advance your aspiration towards food security in Nigeria. We have gotten a $20 million intervention for planting 60 million trees from our CRESA. Remember, Mr. President, when we went for COP28, you led the delegation of Nigeria in that regard, and some of those investments have started to come to fruition. Thank you for your leadership. To further buttress the lead role Niger State is playing in agriculture and contributing to the overall food security of Nigeria, we shall explore over 3 million of the 8.3 million hectares of arable land, large water bodies with a multitude of tributaries, 23 grazing reserves, and 94 forest reserves. Therefore, Niger State stands as a beacon of hope and promise in the realm of agriculture and our springboard to harvest our potentials in the green economy and associated gains. Food production. Mr. President, under your visionary leadership, Nigeria has embarked on a pragmatic agenda to secure our nation's food supply and uplift the lives of the people through agricultural development initiatives. It is heartwarming to assure Mr. President that Niger State is with you on this laudable mission, sir, and we will occupy the driver's seat and lead by example on this notable project. Hence, we make our state available to everyone every ton and shall serve as your pilot scheme in realizing the food security agenda of our administration. Machinery and technology. In our unwavering commitment to this cause, Niger State government, under my watch, has made significant investment in procuring machinery and technology for cultivation and land preparation. To this end, I am pleased to announce that we have procured a substantial number of agricultural equipment and inputs for enhanced agricultural activities in the state. This includes 1,000 John Deere, of which 300 have been delivered. Tractors, 500 case tractors, out of which 100 units have been delivered. 500 units of combined harvesters, which we have already received 50. 10,000 John Deere hand tillers for smallholder farmers. 10,000 solar irrigation pumps, of which 1,000 have been delivered. 1,000 pivot system irrigation ordered, 60 already delivered here. 200 metric tons of NPK and urea fertilizers, with 20,000 tons delivered already. Mr. President, we have received 100,000 liters of herbicide chemical with 10,000 liters delivered already. 100 liters of pesticides and other agrochemicals ordered with 10,000 liters delivered already. Mr. President, at the end of this dry season, Niger State will have positioned itself very well for the rainy season, and going forward, we will feed Nigeria. Furthermore, through the Niger Food System and Logistics Limited, a state-owned enterprise, we have embarked on an ambitious land preparation and cultivation program across 25 local governments. We need to thank our traditional institutions for giving us support and making sure that these lands have been made available for cultivation by ourselves and our people. I am proud to announce that our mechanization mission is in course, and we are ambitious to prepare for cultivation of about 1 million hectares of land, laying the foundation for increased agricultural productivity and food security. It is therefore with great pride that I share with you our bold vision for the future of agriculture in Niger State. We are well positioned to produce 50 million metric tons of assorted food crops annually, utilizing 3 million hectares by 2030. On the overall, Niger State intends to be the largest subnational food exporter in Nigeria. To achieve this objective, we are determined to attract investment in private sector, equity, and loan totaling 500 billion naira annually over the next 7 years. One of the key initiatives in this endeavor is the construction of a canal to harness water from Shiroro Dam, which will irrigate 90,000 hectares, comprising of 236 kilometers of irrigation canals and other associated engineering infrastructure, and significantly expand our agricultural production capacity. In addition, we plan to establish industrial farm and processing estate across all 25 local government areas through partnership models with partners from various countries, development finance institutions, the federal government, and other states with less agricultural potential endowment.